There are several tools that will allow you to record your screen and share it with others. I have found this tool, Loom, to be one of the most helpful in that area. One of the reasons I love it so much is the page that we're starting on here explains that there is a free pro Loom account for educators. So if we scroll down here a little bit, one of the things you're going to see is we have advanced features in the pro account as educators. I want to make sure you see that we have up to 45 minutes of video length. That's a lot. So I want you to see that these are all the things that you will have access to, and I'm going to demonstrate some of these in this video. So I want to show you that you can get Loom for free. They do need to verify that you're using an education account, and when that verification happens, you will have the free pro version for educators. So let me show you a little bit about Loom. Now there are a couple of different ways you can record using Loom. The first is you can download the Loom software onto your computer, and it looks something like this. And you'll see there's a bar over to the left here that will allow you to control. And you can see that this will look a little bit different than what I'm about to show you. So this is downloading it to your computer. The second way is through a Chrome add-on, and you can see it in my upper right-hand corner here, and it kind of looks like a blue star. We'll click on that in just a second so that you can see the options. The third way you can record using Loom is on a mobile device. There is a free app that will work on an iPad or an iPhone, and you are able to record through a mobile device as well. So if we move up here to our Loom Chrome plugin and click on it, you're going to see we'll be presented with some options here. So let me make that a little bit smaller and I'll explain. The first thing you're going to see are three options, and this is asking you how you want to record your video. The first is screen and camera, meaning that you want to record your screen and a video or a picture of you in the lower left-hand corner. The second one is screen only, exactly what it sounds like. It's just your screen, but no picture of you. Or the third, camera only, so you could record a video of just yourself. When you choose screen and camera only, you will have the option of either your picture or a video of you. I'm going to go ahead and close that, but you can see, and this can be moved around so that you can make sure that you have it placed exactly where you want on the screen. As a small plug for that, I do think that including your face on a video does increase engagement, the feeling of engagement with your viewers, so consider that. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off since I've got video on top of video. All right, so you can also see you've got your recording settings where you can change your microphone or your webcam. Your other options up here at the top are, do you want to record your full desktop, meaning anytime you move to a different program or a different tab or to your desktop, it'll keep recording? Or do you only want it to record the current tab you're on? I typically leave this at full desktop. Just to round out this area here, you can choose to show the advanced settings, and there's several settings in here, a couple that I think are definitely worth mentioning. Flip the camera. This is important to have it turned on, especially if you are showing your students anything that has writing on it. So if you're holding up a book or you're holding up anything that would have left to right reading on it, you would want to flip the camera to make sure that that is shown correctly for them, because by default it will reverse it. Use your photo for screen only versus your video. This is where you can choose to show the photo, which is what initially came up for me, or a video, toggle on or off. Control menu so that you can pause or you can move or stop. Let me show you that. That's right here at the bottom. Give you a recording countdown so you know you're getting ready to start, and show how much time has been recorded. That's handy to make sure if you want to keep it to a certain amount of time, you can watch that time. Okay, so those are your advanced options. So let me go ahead and actually choose to start recording, and I will show you very briefly what this will do for us. All right, so as I choose to start recording, it's going to ask me again, do I want my entire screen, a specific application window, or a specific Chrome tab? I'm going to choose entire screen and choose to share. There's that countdown we talked about. as well as an option down here at the bottom where you can see that it's telling you that you are sharing your screen. You can certainly hide that, and that is a good idea to do so that you're not distracting your users. So you can see here that as I move around, let's say I click this, that's my personal Loom library. If I go to another tab, it'll follow me, and this is going to continue to record. You can see my timer down here that I'm at 25 seconds. I can pause if I want to. All right. I can also hide my menu if I chose to, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and choose to resume. Let's say I'm finished and choose finish. Then it's going to take me to an area where it's dumping the video right into my library. So the first thing you'll notice here is that this is the title. Now what it does is it actually tries to name it based on what page you were on, which is pretty smart. So it saw that we were on Loom for Education page, and that's what it named it. I can certainly rename this. Let's call this Loom Tutorial. Some additional things you can do. You can choose to move this to a folder. This is just for organizational purposes. You can choose to download it. You can duplicate it, and you can delete it. There are a few other settings worth mentioning. The first is down here. They give you this option. They knew that you were recording on a specific page, so they're asking if you want to add a link to the page you recorded it on. And this will show up as a comment at the bottom of this page so someone could get to that page if they wanted to. So if I choose to add a link to the page I recorded on, here's that link. I could change it if I needed to. Post. And now it's being shown at the bottom here so someone who comes to your video can also get to the page you were on. A couple of other things over here. First and foremost, if you wanted to share or send this link to somebody else, you click on copy link. You can go ahead and then paste that anywhere that would make sense inside of an LMS like Google Classroom or Canvas or Blackboard. You could post it onto a web page. You could email it out. Anything you want to do to it would copy that link. You also have some additional share options if you click this button where you can embed it. You can share it on several social media options or opportunities, or you could copy the link this way as well. You have some additional control options for adding passwords and settings that you could set right here. And down here at the bottom under Edit Your Video, this is important. I want to show you a couple of things here. First is there are some setting options where you can turn on or off comments, emoji reactions, and so on. Oh, I also want to mention that when you put out a video, by default, you will get a notification when someone watches it, the first someone actually. You'll see that under the Loom area, under the little bell here, which is your notification. That's where you'll see who has watched your videos. If I click here, you can see I'm getting those notifications here. Last couple of things to point out, you do have some editing options. If you click the trim button, this will allow you to trim up where there might have been dead air at the beginning or at the end, and it'll allow you to trim some of those pieces out. And lastly, they have something called a call to action button, which will allow you to create a button that would appear on the video, and it would allow you to link your viewers to another spot. So for example, if you were mentioning another website, you could actually have them linked within this button to go to that website. Or maybe it's linking to a Google Doc or something like that. You can put in the button text here, the URL you want them to go to, and you can design the button a little bit. This just extends the engagement a little bit by allowing them to go to another spot. Okay, that is the gist of Loom. It does a whole lot, but at its simplest form, it is a tool that allows you to record your screen with or without your face and share it with others. Good luck using Loom. I think as an educator, it will be really helpful for you to share your screen and your voice with your students.